It's day 2 of Raise Your Credit Score 100 points in 30 days. So I'm going through this whole series because the goal is I want you guys to have the 100 points before the new year's come. So what we're talking about is how you guys can actually get results like this, just like my clients. We already did day 1 where basically I told you guys to get your credit reports. So every day inside of this book, it tells us something that you guys are going to have to do to be able to get the 100 points in 30 days. Yesterday I said, hey, just make sure you have your reports. I showed you guys my house. Make sure you rewatch that video if that's something that you missed. Now we're on day 2. We're going to do this every single day until New Year's Eve, okay? Every single day. So again, it's Raise Your Credit Score 100 points in 30 days. I do suggest though you guys actually get the bundle. This actually comes in the bundle. I'll make sure I link the bundle. So I do suggest y'all get the bundle. It's going to make it so much easier, so much better. You guys can actually take notes inside of this book too. This is the one where you can actually learn more, take more notes. This is an actual workbook. This right here is just a straight guide, just to tell you exactly what you need to do. And if those companies don't want to delete accounts, that's when this is going to come into effect. The actual suing to win, actually getting money deletions and getting results against the creditors, collection companies, and the bureaus. And right now, while you guys are still in 2025, you guys watching me, this is the book that I'm giving out for free when you actually buy the bundle. Okay, so you're getting this book right here. It has 70 dispute letters in there, and you can see like the different accounts you guys can use this for: charge-offs, collections, repossessions, bankruptcies, student loans, foreclosures. If you guys have identity theft, the list go on and on. Okay, so we got our spiel down for the new people that's coming in. For the people that's already here, let's actually get into this. So I'm going to make sure I put up an image here so you guys can understand what your credit score is made of. Inside of the book, I actually go over it too in greater details, but I suggest you guys get the book. It's just so much easier, and it also tell you, hey, if you want further information, go to days 2, 4, and 6 inside of your workbook. Okay, they both go together. They like best friends, husband and wife. I don't know, they go together. Okay, so understand that your credit score is going to be based off of these factors here. Okay, we're going to talk about the factors, and then I'm going to talk about what the goal is for the next 30 days where I need you guys to be. Okay, so 35% of your credit score is made up of your payment history. Okay, so when your payment history, that's late payments that you guys have on your credit reports, that's the biggest thing. Late payments especially can happen every single month. So you want to make sure that you don't have any late payments reporting on your credit reports. We're going to have to remove that. So we're going to do something called goodwill letters. You guys actually, when you purchase your books, you have access to your free course. You will have that goodwill letter. Okay, we'll go over that when we need to. Next is 30% of your credit score is made up of your utilization. So utilization is going to be also very, very important for you guys. That's how much of your credit cards you're using. My sweet spot, the spot that I find would be the best, is if you guys can keep your utilization at 5% or below. That to me is the sweetest spot that you can be in. Okay, 5% or below. 30%, never go over that. If you're going over that, you're like damaging your credit on another level. Okay, if people think that they can stay in that 25 to 30%, like, well, at least I just keep that to 30, you're maintaining. You're not gaining higher credit score. You're not actually losing, having a higher credit score. Basically, you're not gaining points, you're not losing points. Okay, but I tell people 10%, 5%, you know, those are the sweet spots, the 5% especially, but 10% or below, that should be your target. And then also that 5%, oh my gosh, it just seems like it's like chef's kiss. Okay, now credit age, that's going to be very, very important too. So your credit age, that's how long you have had your account. If you guys have a credit age of 2 years or something like that, that means that you just started having credit. You need to have your credit age as high as you can have it. And I'm going to make sure I put up these screenshots so that you guys can see what you should be looking at, things as to how you can find this information too, how you know your credit age, how do you know what your utilization is. We're going to go over those things. Okay, now credit mix, that means that you don't need to just have just a credit card. You need to have credit cards, you need to have installment accounts. Okay, you need to have a mixture. If you guys actually get the auto loan, that's an extra boost in your credit score. If you guys actually have that mortgage, that's an extra boost, because those right there are basically installment loans. That's for a longer period. You know, mortgages are 15, 30 years. So that can give you an extra boost, because now you have something that you've been paying on time for 15 to 30 years that contribute to your age too. So that can give you the mix that you need. And then also, you know, usually if you guys have like an auto loan, the auto loans are going to be reported for what? 48 months, 60 months, depending on how long you got your auto loan for, but it can be an extended installment loan. It can be extended thing. So try to have a credit mix. I say just 4 credit cards, 2 installment accounts. You guys would be good. I want you guys to have 5 inquiries or less. 5 inquiries or less. When I say or less, that means that if you got inquiries in your credit reports that's not attached to accounts, say for example, you got a Capital One inquiry, you ain't got a Capital One account on your credit report, that inquiry needs to come off your credit report. These inquiries are not, it's not major points, but if you can get an extra 5 to 20 points from removing your inquiries, that help you have less that you need to add up to when it come down to you actually getting your 100 points in 30 days. So it's an adding up game. You can get points from this point, that point, you know, all these different things. So that's why you need to make sure that you're just doing everything I'm telling you to do. Once you do that, you should be able to see your credit score go up. Don't pick and choose what you want to do. Don't say, oh, well, I'm just going to start with this. No, make sure that you do everything and you do it as fast as you can, honestly. So that's what our day 2 is mainly about. Understand what your credit score is made up of. Okay, so 35% is your payment history, 30% is your utilization, age is 15%, your credit mix is 10%. Okay, your inquiries is 10% too. So this is your overall credit mix. This is what your credit score is made up of. So let me tell y'all the quick thing that I always tell people. Let's break it down from the top to the bottom. So when we talking payment history, don't have any late payments on your credit reports. Period. Put all your credit cards, all of your stuff on auto pay. Period. Next is with your utilization, make sure that your utilization is at 10% or below. No matter what, never go over 30%. Think like, oh my gosh, something's going to happen to me if I go over 30%. Like, trick yourself into knowing that you can never go over 30%. 10%, 5%, find your sweet spot. And make sure that you're not spending more than you can actually pay too, because you can always keep your utilization low by not using your credit cards, you know. So 10% or less for your utilization on your credit cards. Also, when it come down to your credit age, you need to have at least 4 credit cards. You need to let them stay open as long as you can. Okay, don't get into them situation where you get in certain credit cards that you know you're going to want to close. When I say you know you're going to want to close it, these are the credit cards that's charging you maintenance fees. These are the credit cards that have $100 annual fee or $120 annual fee, and it's a $500 credit card. These are the ones you want to avoid so you don't be in that situation where you want to close them. So credit cards with no annual fees, those are your best friends. So 4 credit cards, and make sure that you do the credit cards that can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. We'll talk about that later on because I need you guys to actually get the credit cards. And then also 2 installment accounts. You guys probably already have installment accounts with your student loans. Maybe you already have a card. Those are installment accounts. Don't look any further, because a lot of people, they go into debt trying to get installment accounts when they don't necessarily need them. So again, just get 2 installment accounts. That can be if you guys are mortgage already, you guys have student loans already, if you guys already have an auto loan. These are all installment accounts that would actually work. We want the inquiries 5 inquiries or below, and you want to make sure that all of your old accounts, you want to keep them open as long as you can. So if you guys have not been using certain credit cards and you've been getting away with it where they haven't closed your credit card, please go and spend $10 on it. Please go and spend $20 on it, and let your auto pay the rest of that balance so that they don't close your credit card due to inactivity. But these are the main things that we want to be focusing on. We want to focus on our inquiries. Make sure you have 4 accounts, and then also too, out of all of these things, the main thing is anything that's negative, your collections, your charge-offs, your foreclosures, your bankruptcy, whatever is negative is on your credit reports, we have to get this stuff deleted. So that's the things that we're going to focus on. This is just day 2. Make sure you guys actually go and get your bundle. So again, get your bundle with these books here. We're going to use all of them. I'm already referencing all of them now. And then you're going to get this one here for free, because we are going to get into disputes tomorrow. Actually, we're going into disputes tomorrow. So make sure you guys get your bundle. And don't forget, these bundles, you guys have access to your free course. And you guys also have access to 6 months of free letters, where we're actually doing a giveaway of a TV for those that sign up. So make sure you guys sign up.